Back in 2016, Temper Alloys hit an all-time high of 25K on Xbox One. Could it happen again? If you want to know more, keep watching. Hi folks, welcome to Revision. Today we're going to look at the effects of Update 29 on the marketplace. In my research of Update 29, I uncovered that armor is going to change significantly, in which certain types of armor that you wear are going to perform better up against other types of armor. And I'll give you an example. Light armor will now have a little bit of a bonus up against heavy armor. Heavy armor is going to have a bonus against medium armor, and medium armor is going to have a bonus up against light armor. So it's almost like, I guess you could say, a game of paper, rock, scissors. Each armor that you wear now is going to be vulnerable to other types of armor. So it's going to affect PvP performance and possibly even PvE, because the enemies wear a certain type of armor and they're allocated, a certain amount of health and armor percentage with their respective builds. So having said that, there's going to be a lot of respecking, and there's going to be a lot of tinkering with different armors in the game. Now, also in my research, I've uncovered that heavy armor is going to dramatically slow down your running now. If you remember back when they had Oblivion for the Elder Scrolls franchise, when you wore heavy armor, it actually slowed you down when you're running, almost to the point where you can barely move around in the game. And Elder Scrolls Online is going to adopt that now with heavy armor and affect movement speed penalties with the respective heavy armor sets now. So that's going to affect your ability to run around and stuff like that also. So with some of these factors coming into mind, it's going to be putting a lot of strain on the marketplace with regards to materials, because people are going to be redesigning their builds to compensate for the changes in all the various different builds. What worked before the update is not necessarily going to work after the update. And with the champion point system, it is now going to hit a cap of 3,600. But the champion point system that we all have come to know is going to change dramatically. And I'll give you an example here. I'll just pull up a random thing here. As you can see, when you put points into the champion point system, it's kind of front loaded in the beginning. You put 5, 10, 20, however many points you want to put in, it automatically starts to level up your character's performance and whatever you put the points into. With Update 29, that all goes out the window now. You have to have a set amount of points in a respective tree, or you don't benefit at all. So this changes the thinking on a lot of different builds and the original champion point system. So this also is going to factor into people redesigning and getting new builds and so forth. Now, having said all this, the canary in the coal mine is the current supply shortage that we have going on right now in the game. I don't know if people have been paying attention to the marketplace lately, but here on Xbox One, Rossins have now creeped up into the 9K range for the first time in, I think, over a year. And it's not to say that people haven't sold Rossins at 9K. There are still sales that have gone on previously. But the general trend is now all the bulk deals and the average weight of the cost of Rossins have pushed up into the 9K range. So that is now becoming the new normal for temporarily. Now, this is a result of a supply shortage going on because everyone was focused on the event from not too long ago, Mid-Year Mayhem. And as a result of that, people weren't paying attention to farming general mats. So this has caused a supply shortage. However, you exasperate that with a new supply shortage with regards to Update 29 coming out sometime in March, and the perfect storm is starting to develop to where you already have a weak marketplace on general mats for, yellow upgrades in general. Add that to the factor that everybody now is going to have to rethink their build because of the new system in place, and you have the perfect storm for a massive inflation. Now, I don't know realistically if temper alloys will be 25K, but it is conceivably possible that it could be 10K, it could be 15K. We might just get to that threshold. So it's not unreasonable to think that, given all that's gone on in the game. However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. This will be temporary. And I say it's going to be temporary because when the anniversary event comes, they will flood the market with all kinds of freebie mats, and they're going to be handing them out left and right. So even though there might be inflation on the market, it will either be stunted or go back down the price come the anniversary event. However, that's not until April. So we have between now and April where we have a situation where general mats and even to a certain extent, possibly EXP potions are going to be inflated in price because people are going to want to level up their champion points now because the cap's no longer going to be 810, it's going to be 3600. So when you factor that in, 3600, you now have a new threshold for the max level. And everybody that was high and mighty with 810 is not going to be high and mighty anymore. You're going to have to put some more work into attaining max level now once more. So that's some of the changes that are going on with Update 29 and my take on the upcoming possible inflation. It's already happening as we speak. Whether it continues to progress into a massive inflation or not, it's kind of a wait and see. But I'll be watching the market and seeing if there's any changes in the coming weeks. But if you don't have any mats in general, I do recommend getting them right now. Or if you're planning to do future upgrades, you might want to get them before the price spike, because when that update hits, it's going to get bad, more than likely. All right, folks, that concludes this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and become a subscriber. I put out videos on Elder Scrolls Online each and every week, and I'll see you next time.